There's something quietly tragic happening all around us. We live in a world of eye contact without presence, conversations without intimacy, and relationships without true connection. We pass each other daily, scrolling, nodding, responding. Yet how often do we really see each other? Not just the face, not just the roles we play, but the whole person behind the performance. Today, we're going on a journey, one that begins not with advice, but with a story that may awaken something forgotten in you, a longing perhaps, or a memory of a time when you were truly seen. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who lived in a small town where no one noticed when he entered a room, and no one remembered when he left. He was not poor, nor unkind. He was simply unseen. He spoke, but others didn't really hear. He smiled, but others looked past him. He tried to belong, but felt like furniture in every space he entered. One day, tired of this invisibility, he decided to disappear entirely. Not by magic or death, but by stopping all attempts to be noticed. He stopped speaking unless spoken to. He stopped offering his opinions. He stopped making himself known. Weeks passed. No one asked. No one wondered. No one saw. And then, one day, a little girl in the village tugged at his sleeve. "Sir," she asked, "why are you fading?" He blinked. "Fading?" She pointed to his arm. It was translucent. And suddenly, he realized, the less he was seen, the less real he became. He knelt and whispered, "Can you see me now?" She looked into his eyes, long, deep, gentle, and then she said, "I do now." That evening, a strange thing happened. The man's body returned to full color. His voice regained warmth. His eyes sparkled again. Not because the whole village saw him, but because one person did, and that was enough to bring him back. It makes you wonder. In our hyper-connected, overstimulated, performance-driven world, how many people around us are slowly fading? And more urgently, when was the last time you truly saw someone, not their job, their status, their story, but their soul? We have trained ourselves to filter people. Our brains scan for relevance. Is this person helpful? Interesting? Threatening? Are they competition? Are they an asset? Can they do something for me? This efficiency helps us survive, but it does not help us love. We reduce people to categories. She's an introvert. He's difficult. They're just like that. And we stop there. We no longer sit with the sacred complexity of a human being. This is why so many of us feel lonely even when we are not alone. It's not the absence of company. It's the absence of presence, of being felt, of being known. True seeing requires that we move beyond labels and into relationship. It requires a kind of slowing down that feels inconvenient in a world addicted to speed. But when we don't, we pay a cost. Relationships that feel shallow, friendships that don't nourish, family ties that hold weight but no warmth. And perhaps most tragic of all, we start to believe we too are not worth being truly seen. Now bring someone to mind, someone you love, or someone you live with. Maybe a parent, a partner, a child, a friend, or even someone with whom things have been hard. Picture them sitting across from you, not saying anything, just being there. Now take a breath. Slow down your thoughts. Don't look at what they do or say. Look deeper. Beneath the surface, what do you see? A worry behind their smile, a loneliness behind their silence, a hope waiting to be named. Let yourself imagine what it feels like to live in their body, to carry their past, their fears, their dreams. Don't fix them. Don't explain them. Just see them. Breathe again. Let your heart soften. Let your body relax. Let presence return to the space between you. And now, say, either in your mind or aloud, "I see you." Not just who you show the world, but the you behind the mask. And you matter to me. Feel the shift? The space between you is no longer empty. It is filled with awareness, with dignity, with care. This is what true connection feels like. To see someone truly is to risk being changed. It is easier to keep people as characters in our story, fixed, labeled, safe. Because if we truly see them, we may have to reevaluate. the assumptions we've made, the judgments we've clung to, the boundaries we've built not for safety but for separation. Truly seeing another means admitting, they are not who I thought they were, and perhaps neither am I. This kind of intimacy is not weak. It is fierce, because it requires courage to stay open when it's easier to turn away, to remain present when someone else is in pain, to offer understanding when we feel misunderstood. Seeing is sacred because it means recognizing the divine in another. It means remembering that every person is a mystery, not a problem, and mystery deserves reverence, not resolution. Empathy is not about taking on another's pain. It's about being willing to sit beside it, to say, I may not understand fully, but I won't run. To hold space is not to heal someone. It is to offer them a room in which they can heal. That room is made of silence, presence, patience. And here's the paradox. We can't truly offer that to another if we haven't offered it to ourselves. To see others well, we must first practice seeing ourselves with honesty. Can you witness your own loneliness without shame? Can you hold your own anger without judgment? Can you breathe through your own grief without hiding? Because the more gently you can see you, the more gently you can see them. When we truly see others, our relationships deepen, even in silence. Our conflicts soften, because we understand. Our love becomes wiser, not sentimental, but real. We move from connection as performance to connection as presence. We stop trying to fix. We stop trying to impress. We stop trying to win. And we start offering something rarer: attention, witness, safety. We remember that being human isn't about being perfect. It's about being present and offering that presence to another. Let me leave you with this. Proverbs for seeing. True connection doesn't happen when we speak. It happens when we are willing to see and be seen. To love someone is to hold the mirror still when they're ready to look. People are not problems to be solved. They are mysteries to be honored, and a blessing. May you find the stillness to see others beyond the noise. May you remember that presence is more powerful than perfection. And may you always offer what we all long for, to be truly, tenderly seen. The lost art of seeing people is not lost forever. It is waiting. In every conversation, in every silence, in every moment you pause long enough to really look, not just with your eyes, but with your heart. This is how we find each other again. This is how we remember that we are not alone. This is how we become real, not just to others, but to ourselves. Tonight, choose one person. Don't perform. Don't fix. Don't distract. Just be with them. See them. Listen. Witness. Even if only for 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes of being truly seen can nourish the soul more than years of shallow attention. And if you practice this, again and again, you won't just change your relationships. You'll start to change the world, one real connection at a time.